Racing fans, with 5 minutes until post, I remind you horses will be on the track momentarily. Meanwhile, I'll go ahead and introduce them to you, and they'll be on the track momentarily. This is the field for tonight's featured 7th race, the $70,133 Sarah Myers Pace. It's a stake for Illinois-bred 2-year-old pacing fillies. Number 1, Rosedale Donna, owned by the Rosedale Stable, trained by John Boutenshane and driven by Art Gregory Jr. 1 is Rosedale Donna. 1A is Queen Cam, owned by Jackie Boutenshane and Charles Ekman. John Boutenshane trains. Entry mate 1A, Queen Cam, Randy Jacobs drives. 2, Take the Cash, owned by the Shady Lake Stables, trained by Dan Capalla, driven by Scott Robbins. 2, Take the Cash. And I remind you that they are coming on the track. We're a little bit ahead of the post parade because of the time constraints tonight. Number 3 is Broadway Aura, owned by Larry Sultan and Ricky Stam, trained by Perry Smith. Fred Finn Jr. in the bike. 3, Broadway Aura. 4, Empire's Love, owned by Richard Flacco, trained by David McCaffrey, driven by Dean McGee. 4, Empire's Love. 5 is Society Jan, owned by Harold Glasgow, trained by Don Freese, driven by Neil Coleman. 5, Society Jan. 6, Broadway Dazzler, owned by Isaac Deegan and Dennis Walders, trained by Dale Wade. Note the driver change here. B. Erdman in the bike tonight on 6, Broadway Dazzler. 7 is Broadway Final Act, owned by Robert Moore, Sandy and Jim Zilli, trained by Ron Moore, driven by Jerry Longo. 7 is Broadway Final Act. 8 is Sky and Jamie, owned by the WRL Acres, trained by Jack Parker Jr., also driven by Jack Parker Jr. 8, Sky and Jamie. And rounding out the field for tonight's featured Sarah Myers, number 9, Fox Valley Godiva, owned by Bill Huggins, trained by Darcy Pletcher, driven by Del Pletcher. 9, Fox Valley Godiva. That's the field of 10 Illinois-bred 2-year-old pacing fillies who will battle in tonight's featured 7th race, and you have 2 minutes to make your selections. Better hurry. They're up and pacing in between horses. Empire's Love left well for the lead. Then towards the inside, moving through, is Broadway Aura. They battle for early position. Broadway Aura leads, moving up on the outside. Rosedale Donna to be second. Towards the inside, Take the Cash third. Along the inside, Fox Valley Godiva fourth. Moving up on the outside, fifth is Queen Cam. Getting away sixth along the inside is Society Jan. Then dropping back to drop in seventh is Empire's Love. Moving up eighth, Sky and Jamie. In ninth position, Broadway Final Act. Broadway Dazzler came away last, but she's on the move. 29-1 for the quarter. They've paced 3/8 of a mile. Broadway Aura leads on the outside. Rosedale Donna, the challenger, second. Take the Cash along the inside with the leaders third. Fox Valley Godiva on the inside fourth. Queen Cam on the outside fifth, and just 2 off the lead. Society Jan on the move third over sixth. Empire's Love, no place to go, seventh. Sky and Jamie is eighth. Broadway Final Act ninth, and Broadway Dazzler is 3 wide from the back of the pack. Half in 57-4, second quarter in 28-3 in the final 3/8 of the mile. Broadway Aura leads a length. Take the Cash racing second. Queen Cam hanging out there third. Towards the inside, Fox Valley Godiva needs room fourth. Moving 3 wide, here comes Society Jan fifth. No place to go, sixth. Empire's Love. Broadway Final Act seventh. Broadway Dazzler is 5 wide, but she still has 10 lengths to make up. 3 quarters, 1:26-2, 28-3 for the third quarter. Broadway Aura draws clear by 4. Trying to hold second is Take the Cash. In third position through the lane, Society Jan. Broadway Aura impressively, and Broadway Aura will win the Sarah Myers by 6 lengths in a time of 1:56-4. Take the Cash a game second, close for third, Empire's Love. In tonight's 7th race, number 3, Broadway Aura, an impressive winner, 1:56-4, a new track record on the 5/8 oval. Number 2, Take the Cash, at 35-1, finished second. 4, Empire's Love was 3rd, and 5, Society Jan 4th. Your unofficial perfecta, 3-2. Please
Circle
hold
the
all tickets.
fastest
2-year-old pacing filly in the history of Balmoral's 5/8 oval, the Illinois-bred Broadway Aura. Broadway Aura is owned by Larry Sultan and Ricky Stam, trained by Perry Smith, driven tonight by Fred Finn Jr. Broadway Aura, Illinois-bred 2-year-old filly by Broadway Express, out of the Slapstick Mare Stick Around, and a track program selection by Kelly's Corner. Once again, this time 156-4, a new track record for 2-year-old pacing fillies, shattering the old record by more than 2 full seconds. Broadway Aura in the winner's circle, representing Balmoral Park. General Manager Dan Nemeth, Director of Sales Susan Fee, congratulating Larry Sultan, Ricky Stam's Broadway Aura, the winner of the 1993 Sarah Meyer Pace for 2-year-old pacing fillies.